Jacob, dude, your TNS training tips are awesome, man, but do you even train legs? Jacob, are you one of those bodybuilders that doesn't train legs because your TNS training tips don't have any? Hey, what's going on, everybody? Jacob here from the Nutrition Store, and it is time for another TNS training tip. Today, we're going to be talking about the deadlift, a movement that we stayed away from for quite a while due to the sheer complexity and possibilities of multiple ways of doing it. So, without further ado, let's take care of the deadlift. A little preface here, the deadlift is one of the most fundamental compound movements that you can add into your training routine. If you're not doing it already, you're doing something wrong, that's for sure. It involves multiple joint actions and numerous muscular contractions, starting with plantar flexion, dorsiflexion, knee extension, hip extension, back extension, scapular elevation, retraction, and multiple other movements. This works almost every single muscle group in the body simultaneously. The TNS training tip you're about to experience is going to be a general conventional deadlift. A conventional deadlift involves... Oh my God. Oh my God. This is not a specific movement tailored to you, the individual. So if you are a coach or somebody you know is a actual coach with powerlifting or a strength and conditioning coach, please consult them personally when you're doing this movement. This is a really complex movement, and the last thing that I want to happen is for you to injure yourself. So let's jump right into it. The first step is going to be to approach the bar. Now, your foot positioning should be shoulder width apart, if not less than that. We want to keep a good balance on the rear when we lean back to perform the deadlift. So less than shoulder width apart. The grip should be about an inch off of the knurling. You'll see that it's quite close there. We don't want it too wide. That just increases our range of motion from the floor. We're going to sit back and notice we're extending our hips and our knees simultaneously, as well as our spine. This creates one synced movement, not necessarily extending the back before the hips, before the knees. It's all working together there. Notice in between each repetition, we are resetting. We're not smacking the ground as they call touch and go. This creates problems for potential injury, as well as it's not truly a deadlift. So notice we keep also our head in a neutral position. I found a place about a yard in front of me to just stare at. You don't want to look up towards the ceiling. This can cause a lot of spinal problems, as well as reduce your strength in the movement. So now that you've learned the deadlift, let's execute.